Hi guys, I'm on the road, driving my ambulance, aka Turtle, from Kona back to Puna. So I thought it was a perfect time to continue my story. Baby Mango, Chapter 8. What do we call this? Man, normally I go with the street name of where we moved, but I can't remember the street name. It was somewhere along New Bingham Highway. In this fancy, newer neighborhood that's a little bit nicer than the last one that we lived in. So we move out of these apartments into a nicer, newer house than the last one that we had. But what's kind of funny about it is that this house is pretty much the exact same layout as the house we had on Shadberry that we sold to get out of debt, to leave debt, to get back into debt. And I don't know, but I suspect that this house cost a little bit more. Maybe not. Maybe the market was different, but it was nicer. And the neighborhood was nicer. And so I'm going to assume the value was higher. We had a bigger yard. The house, like I said, it was the same layout, but there was some nicer things. Instead of linoleum, kitchen floor, we had tile. We had rounded corners. We had stucco instead of aluminum siding. You know, we upgraded. Pretty much the same thing, but fancier. Man, the stairwell had this, like, instead of a railing, it had this wall with a plexiglass window. We thought was so cool. But why? That was so weird. Why not just put railing? Maybe it was cheaper that way. Sheetrock, wood, I don't know. It was funny. So I was really sad to leave my friends that I just made over in the apartment complex. I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed going to church with them and girls camp, and we got really close. So we went to a new ward. This ward had 3 times as many members. It was a huge ward. Or at least girls. I don't know about actual members, but young women, there was a lot of them. And they were so fun and cute. And the young women leaders, oh my gosh, they were so fun and cute. Oh, yeah. I found myself in heaven. Oh, little Mango. Didn't know they were so gay. But it was so fun. Also, it wasn't just because I was gay. They were just cute. We connected deeply and we had all kinds of fun doing activities. We'd get together like 4 times a week. I got to see these women. There was church on Sunday, Young Women's on Wednesday, basketball or sports. There wasn't always a sport, but usually there was volleyball, softball, or basketball. So a lot of the seasons were covered. We got to play sports. And so we got to play a game on like Saturday, but then we would get to practice on another night. So like Tuesday night or something. Oh my gosh, I just saw 3 black little baby goats. They were cute on the side of the highway. What are they doing there? And I loved hanging out with these women. Sports with them? Shoot. I acted like I was good at basketball. I didn't know any techniques. Nobody showed me any techniques, but I did pretty good. Until we played the girls that were on the high school team. Then they just like pulverized us. Man, I thought I was hot stuff though. I had silver Skechers. Woo! Skechers were so cool back then. My dad, shortly after we moved in, got this fancy house. We got a fancy car. We got a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Ooh, that was a nice vehicle. My dad's selling cars, and the economy crapped out, and so what does he do? He goes back to his backup job, delivering pizzas part-time at night. He goes and delivers pizzas to make extra cash. The first time he did it, he worked for Pizza Hut. I can never eat Pizza Hut again. We ate so much of that. Ugh. And like, there's so much grease on the bottom of the pan. It's like basically fried bread. I can't eat it anymore. But this time, he went to work for Papa John's. Much better crust. So we got pizza all the time. Even though we're poor, though it looked like we had money because we had a nice house and a nice car, and we had some nice clothes that we got for Christmas, but mostly we bought the clothes for ourselves. Pizza. Yeah, we ate a lot of pizza. I got sick of pizza. I got real sick of pizza. But for clothes, and yeah, that was great. Started working. Well, I kind of started working other jobs before, but this was like the peak of my teenage job world. Started babysitting as often as I could. My cousin, Alan, and his wife, Heather, had the cutest 2 boys. Oh my gosh. They were my absolute favorite to babysit. They were like little toddlers, and they were so fun and easy. I absolutely adored them. I had a bunch of other cousins with kids too that were really fun to babysit. Kira and Tawny and Jordan. Oh my gosh. Who else? David sometimes. David and Kelly. Kelly came over. We had a swimming pool. Or no, we didn't. At the apartment complex we had a swimming pool. And Kelly came over and she's like, "Why do you look like a boy?" Even my little cousins are asking me that. So in the summertime, my dad had a really great idea. Something that I am so deeply grateful for to this day. He decided that during the summer, on Saturday morning, we would go mow lawns, and he hooked up like 6 people, probably from work or whatever, and we would go mow their lawns. He would hook up the truck, the trailer, and lawn mowers. I think we probably hooked it up to the Grand Cherokee. That was fancy. But then later my brother turned 16 and he got a Toyota truck. Oh my gosh, we'll get back to that. So we go mowing lawns. Every Saturday morning we wake up at 6 and we get out there and we mow lawns. We mow like 6 lawns. Me, Jake, and Kaylee for the first year. We got 2 lawnmowers. We got an edger. My dad drives us out there. He pays for the gas. He pays for all the equipment. He gets us the gigs. And he takes none of the money. 0. He splits it between the 3 of us. And then the following summer, it was just me and Kaylee, because Jake got a job. Jake got a job as stone cutter. So, we would, me and Kaylee and my dad would be out there with the lawnmower. Him and Kaylee would do the mowing, and he taught me how to do the edging. And he would show us how to do it nice. We wouldn't just do like the square, like really fast. No, we had to do the fancy cut. You mow it all straight this way, and then you go back over it diagonal, and how to edge it to make it look like the professional. Yeah, put it on its side. Zoom. It's pretty. Our lawns were top notch. Yeah, and he wouldn't take any of the money. He would do a third of the work and take none of the money. And that year with me, Kaylee, he'd also set up a budget. He set up a sheet and showed us all of our expenses. And I feel like that time we took like gas out of our money so he could show us budgeting. But he still took none of the money for himself. And that gave us incentive. That gave us a lot of incentive to get up at 6 in the morning and go do this job. And we were miserable by like 2 p.m. We're all sweaty. We didn't really, we're like, oh my gosh. We didn't want to go, but we would go, and it was rewarding. It was so rewarding. I remember feeling rewarded. Like, yeah, we accomplished a lot, Kaylee. We did this. We'd be all sweaty and sticky and covered in little grass bits. Get up and do it again, and I loved it. It wasn't just in the summer, because it was like April till October. It was good. It was a good job. It was good money. It was like $80 a week. Whew. It's a lot for a 14-year-old. Then I could buy my own clothes. Then I had some cash to go with my friends. We'd ride our bikes down to Maverick and get ice cream cones. Or we'd go out to, oh my gosh, we went rollerblading. There was a rink. We get one of our parents on Thursday night. It was ladies' night. It's $1 to get in, plus the rent of the skates, which was like $3. And then you get a $10 pizza. Every Thursday night for like a while, we would go rollerblading. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I would just go really, really, really fast. I would like lap my friends a lot of times. And sometimes I'd kind of go with them and hang out. They'd be like, we have this little clique. There's 3 of them. Lindsay Woodring, Lindsay Fulmer, and Nicole Mendel. Nicole Mendel. Man, I had a big crush on Nicole. And I knew it, but I did my best to hide it. I was terrified that somebody would figure out that I was gay. And so I was also in denial. Yes, I knew that I was like feeling attraction towards her, but I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know what to do, so I just hid it. Oh my gosh. This one day, we're in Lindsay Fulmer's truck. Lindsay Fulmer's like a year older than us, and so she's driving. We're like 15, she's driving, we're carpooling to school. Nicole, I'm in the passenger seat. I'm over by the window, and Nicole's in the middle. And she's really tired one day. She's just like, oh my gosh. And she leans over on my leg. And her boob is touching my thigh. I was freaking out. I was freaked out. I was losing my mind. I kept my cool though. Sat there, acted like nothing was happening. No cute girl laying on me with her private parts touching me. No big deal. Oh my gosh, I needed to get some help. What do I do, God? I certainly can't go to the church authorities and talk to them about these feelings, because being gay is not okay. And then I go back into denial. Maybe I don't really feel these feelings. Maybe I just need to find the right guy. I need to as soon as I'm 16 and I can date boys, it'll all be okay. Because I'll date boys and then I'll get feelings for boys and that'll be fine. So what do I do? I pray. I try to pray the gay away. Oh, you know what I can do? I know where I can find answers. I can go get my patriarchal blessing. The blessing given from the patriarch of the state that gives you this blessing that is, for those of you who are not religious or whatever, it's kind of like a fortune telling for your life. It's like a blessing that tells you about your past life and your present life and your future. And you know what I was looking for? Well, I got exactly what I was looking for. In that patriarchal blessing, it told me that one day I would find a man who I loved very much, and he would marry me, and we would have babies. Does it say that to all the women? I'm just curious. Or am I special? Was I special? Was it like the answer I needed to tell me that I wasn't gay? Well, it got me through. It gave me the strength I needed to continue on. Someday I was going to get married to a man, which means there's no way I can be gay. It's okay. So I continued being strong in the church. I enjoyed church. Oh my gosh. I enjoyed it so much. Young women, we would get all close. We'd talk about spiritual things. We would share our testimonies. We'd open our hearts. We'd go to girls' camp. Sing songs, have fun, build things, rough it together. That was so fun. We lived close enough to school that we would walk or ride our bikes. 8th grade, I had grown out my hair longer than this. I could put the whole thing in a ponytail. It was about down to my shoulders, longest it's ever been. I shaved these. Yeah, gotta shave that. Can't have that. That's embarrassing. At the end of 8th grade, though, I decided well, what happened is these two girls came to school, like the last 3 days of school, with really short hair. They cut their hair short, and it was so cute. Especially this one. This one is just this, super hot babe. And then she cut her hair super short, and I was like, dang. So I thought about it for a while. And that summer, I went to my mom, and I was like, Mom, I think I want to get a haircut. She's like, okay, what do you want to do? I'm like, and I was scared to tell her, but I finally did. I'm like, Mom, I want to spike my hair. She's like, oh, cool, great. And I had a friend, Jackie Miller? Something like that, Jackie. She went and got her haircut with me. My mom dropped us off, we got our hair spiked. It was awesome. My friend Jackie totally was crying about it afterwards, oh, I miss my hair. And I was like, I did not miss my hair. I didn't miss my hair at all. Not one tiny little bit. Not at all. So I had this really dark hair, but the long hair that I had gotten highlighted and bleached by the sun, and Steph would highlight it because she did hair and stuff. And I just noticed this is shaky. It's so shaky. Oh well. I cut it. And everybody's like, did you dye your hair? I'm like, no, this is my natural hair color. It's super dark. So cool. Spiky hair. That was it. That was me. I felt like me. For the first time in a while. I'm trying to pretend to be all girly. No way. I had to keep wearing makeup though. I had to keep up the facade of being straight. Makeup somehow made that work. Whatever. If you don't wear makeup, boys won't like you. I had to keep going after that. Jeez. Mom wanted to not spike. She wanted to pierce. That's right, I remember. She was like, Lacey, what do you think about getting a piercing? Let's get a piercing. Let's get an eyebrow piercing. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, Mom, that's cool. Let's get an eyebrow piercing. So we call around to piercing shops. It's too expensive. Mom's like, let's do it ourselves. So we got some safety pins. She got some gold. We put little eyebrow piercings in. It didn't work very well. I think the jewelry is not, it was like gold plated, but it didn't work. We had it for a little while. It was cool. And then Mom got, what do you call it? She got called to be a young women's leader. But they wanted her to take out the eyebrow piercing. So she did. I feel like right now, I might be a little biased at this point because I'm no longer part of the Mormon church, but I feel like putting her into Young Women's was like a ploy to get her to take out the eyebrow piercing. You will conform. How can we manipulate you to conform and get you involved? Which was good for her. We liked having her as a Young Women leader. So, 9th grade I had short, cool hair. At the end of 9th grade, I had this idea. I really wanted to do it, but I don't think anybody would have let me. So I decided to do it the very last day of school. Surprise everybody. I got up at 3 in the morning. And I went and got my mom's clippers. I went down to my room. My room was in the basement, this unfinished basement. Jake and Kaylee and everybody else was upstairs, so I got clippers, and I got a mirror, and I shaved my hair. I shaved my head. Shaved it all off. And then I went to school. Well, see, Kaylee wasn't going to school that day, or maybe we went separately or something. I'd walk with my friends or ride my bike. I don't know what happened. Probably rode my bike. I put on a hoodie and I got ready for school downstairs, and then I left and tried to sneak out of the house without anybody seeing me. The only person that saw me was my dad, but I had my hood on, so he didn't notice. I went off to school. My friends are like, oh my gosh, your mom is going to be so mad at you. I'm like, no, she's not. But it was funny. They were all trying to make me afraid. They were afraid for me. It was fine. It was so fun though. Shucking everybody. Oh my gosh. They shaved their head. When I got home, Dad was home, which didn't happen very often, but he was home in the daytime. And he's the first one that saw me. He was at the top of the stairs. I was at the bottom of the stairs. And he looks down and he goes, oh my heck! 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 That went on for like a while. That's all I can say. Oh my heck! That was fun. The next year, we went to high school. Copper Hills. That was a brand new school too. It was only like 6 years old. 10th grade. New start. Yeah, high school, finally. I was 15. I was back in school with my brother. This time he was taller than me by like an inch. Finally hit his growth spurt. He was in 12th grade, I was in 10th grade. I had the coolest seminary teacher. His name was Brother Day. Brother Day. He was from Chicago. He had studied Hebrew, and we were studying the Old Testament. I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun diving in, with somebody who's knowledgeable about not just like the teachings, the stories, but he went into depth on symbology and meaning and how this word connects and these things mean this. And he made it interesting. I read the whole Old Testament that year. Not much of it stuck. It was like, I read all the words. Didn't really understand it. But I got a lot out of the class. Kind of had a hard year though. Kids that I'd gone to 4th grade with were still making fun of me, being jerks to me sometimes. I had different friends in different classes. I had an art class, drawing 1. Even though I took drawing 1 in junior high. Drawing 1 again, about the same techniques, a couple new things. But I did this still life, color pastel drawing that they really liked. The school bought it from me. My first painting I ever sold, painting, drawing, piece of art. Oh no, I sold one in junior high too. I can't remember what that one was. I sold one in junior high. And that, they bought for $50. This one in high school, they bought for $100. I got $100. That was sweet. I also remember a ceramics class. We had a ceramics class, and I really had a lot of fun in that. We made masks. It had to be an animal, and I made a cheetah mask. It looked so realistic. It was awesome. I was so proud of myself. It was really heavy. I lugged it around for a lot of years, and then I finally gave it away or something. It was cool though. It was really fun to build something like that and build cups and stuff. Well, in the middle of the year, we fell on really hard times. Right? My dad's doing pizza or doing whatever he needs to do to make ends meet. We get really poor. We don't have any money. We don't have any food. We do have food, but we don't know what to make. Mom's sick. Oh yeah, there was this one time she decided to get better. She decided to be a better mom. And here's what she was going to do. She was going to wake up every morning and make us breakfast. Awesome! She did. She got up every morning and made us some breakfast before school. It was so cool. She didn't even like breakfast. She never ate breakfast her whole life. She said she was going to do this and she was going to be a good mom and make us breakfast. And, well, it was great. She made us mouse ears, which was apricots and ice and some sugar blended. So good. Mouse ears. One of our favorite breakfasts. Turns out it's still good even if you don't put sugar in it, because they put sugar in the can. You don't need to do anything about that. Well, that lasted about 3 weeks. And then she went back to her pattern. Sleeping in the day, awake at night when everybody's asleep. Gotta be quiet. Didn't have friends over much because mom was sick and didn't sleep in bed. So we went over to other friends' houses. That was really fun. Yeah, so we fall in hard times again. Economy crashes. Dad's not selling cars. Pizza's not doing very good. He's trying other adventures, trying to make money. Things aren't working out. We decide to claim bankruptcy. My parents. Give the house to bankruptcy, give the Jeep Grand Cherokee to bankruptcy. But we've got a couple used cars. We've got my brother's truck, and my dad's driving this Cavalier. And we decide the best option is to claim bankruptcy and move in to Grandma's basement. It's only going to be a temporary move, kids, for about 3 months till we figure something else out, okay? So, because it's only for a few months, we need you all to pack up your stuff and only bring the very minimum stuff. Bring like your clothes and maybe 1 box of things. The rest of your things are going to go in storage because this is only temporary, all right? So we move. We move into Grandma's basement. And because Jake can drive, now Jake's driving us to and from school instead of Mom and Dad. And Kaylee's in middle school, which is near the high school, so that works out. So for about half the year, we're driving back and forth. And again, I don't get to go to church with all my friends. Start over in a new ward. Well, I've had enough practice at this, and at least I still got to go to school with my friends. And yeah, well, yeah, we finish out the year. Sophomore in high school, Copper Hills. What happens that summer changes everything. That'll come next. Chapter 9. This is a baby named Mango. That was a long chapter, you guys. Woo, it's gonna get longer and longer. See you next time.